Okay, guys, let's talk about the Bop House. And yes, it's called the Bop House. That's what it's called, the Bop House.
We're doomed!
Doomed!
Now, think of it like the Face Clan. There are a bunch of gamers in one house. So y'all might know Playboy Max. Now, do y'all remember that OF girl? She made $43 million in 1 year. And people were like, oh my God, we're doomed because she's making, if not more than basketball players. So her name is Sophie Rain. And yup, she made a content house of only OF creators. Now, words on the 304 streets. Camila created the whole Bop thing. But some people say Sophie and Asia. Whatever. We don't care. Now, guys, just last month, a bunch of articles came out, and they're saying that the Bop House made $10 million just alone in December. Which is why a lot of people are now like, maybe I should be a Bop. Now, Camila here, she has a podcast, and she asked all the girls what they made. Sophie said $6 million. Aisha said $2.5 million. Alina, $1 million. Julia, $600,000. Joy, $100,000. Now, I don't know if Camila included herself on that, but it's probably roughly like $500K to a mil. I don't know. Which easily puts them at like 10, 11 mil, and they could even afford something like this. Now, a bop is usually a woman that gives pleasure using the top half of their body. But now, it's a term for a promiscuous woman. Now, they ain't been around that long. They're already at 3 million followers. And most of their content either involves this like haha TikTok and they're just sliding to the left, sliding to the or just like little activities. And as you can see in the view count, it's getting them hella traffic. Now, there's actually already drama inside the Bop House. I know. So Asia had a problem with Sophie. I guess Sophie told Asia's family that she has an OF. Actually, specifically, she told her little brother, which, not the best way for your family to find out that you got an OF. Asia was like, girl, I've been told you what the deal was. I told you they didn't know. Why'd you go over there and tell them? Sophie was like, girl, whatever. They had to know anyway. Like, you at the Bop House. They was going to find out eventually. This your fault. Now, Camila, she had Julia as like an assistant or something. But her and Camila ended up having some like falling out where she ended up like quitting and secretly working for Sophie, which made Camila feel backstabbed by both of them. Now, this next thing's over a boy. Now, Eneli, Choppa, and Sophie were doing like collab stuff. Now, I don't know if you would call this a thing, but she was in his video for a new song. But later she found out that Asia was also texting him, which then made Sophie want nothing to do with him and thinking that Asia is like a man stealer, which I don't know why y'all would think Eneli, Choppa belongs to anybody. Eneli, Choppa sees this and he just starts trolling. He don't care. Now, some people says the drama's fake because they did skits like this where they're handcuffed to each other for content. But I can tell when someone's making money off of real drama. Now, guys, you're not going to believe this, but I guess the Bop House has another beef with another household, and it's called the Blonde House.
Y'all really thought I was going to launch the Blonde House? Now the real beef starts.
Yes, it's really called the Blonde House, guys. This like some bring it on two type of shit. Now, I don't know how all this started, but obviously this is the ringleader right here. Her name is Lexi Ray, and everything that they post kind of like is similar to the Bop House. So like one thing they did similar, she would ask them what they were all making, and they'd go down a row. Which y'all remember the Bop House did the same thing. There's this like TikTok jumping challenge the Blonde House did. The Bop House does this too. If you turn your head to the side, I just noticed that it's a way to get your boobs to jiggle. So it seems to be on the 304 streets that it's obvious that these guys are like copying or imitating them, which they also recently got banned. I don't know if it's for that. The Bop House was happy as hell they got banned, but then they came back. Now, throughout the weeks, Lexi and Camila have always had this back and forth about fighting each other. They talking shit, which people didn't really take serious until things kind of got strange here. She says, put a finger down if a popular content creator in another house, blah, 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 called you to pay you to have beef with him so they can keep their relevancy. So some people are like, she has to be talking about Camila because that's who they've been going back and forth. Some people are like, low-key, I believe her. Also, just recently, if you go to their page, you would notice you stopped seeing Camila. She stopped showing up. Like, look, see? So fans were like, where did she go? Did she leave the group? Did they kick her out? So on her own channel, she drops this. To the girl who made me have to leave the Bop House. And she's like giving the bird to the camera. I go to Lexi account, she over here dancing. Look, went from gas station girl to lawsuit girl real quick. Which, by the way, they call her gas station girl. Because their videos be always at the gas station for some reason. But anyway, Camila is now back at the Bop House, so I'm guessing the lawsuit situation got handled. I found this video that is now deleted that has Camila explaining the situation. So basically, there's someone that put a lawsuit on her. At this point, guys, we pretty sure it's Lexi Ray. So there was word on the 304 streets that Lexi's boyfriend was behind the scenes in that household, either forcing or influencing her to make these videos and act like this. Supposedly, he was manipulating the whole household. And look at these comments. It's a lot of aisles, So Camila, I believe, clocked that tea. And then 5 hours later, she got a lawsuit. Because Lexi wasn't having that. Lexi makes a video and she's like, yo, number one, people are using her and her boyfriend's name to reach out to people, and that's not them. Now, there are some people that they have spoke to where I believe NDAs weren't followed. And some of the girls that they were working with released information, but they didn't release all the information supposedly to make them look bad. There's also some like mugshots with her boyfriend. I couldn't find it. She said that's because they were 18, they were at a bar somewhere. He washed it off her hands and then bought her drinks, which is illegal. They were being stupid. Other than that, I didn't hear her mention the stuff that I showed you on that comment. It's words on the 304 streets, bro. Now, everything should be back to normal at the Bop House. So remember the football game. The whole Bop House goes to the football game. When they got back, they found their door like this. One of the girls came home before the rest of them, and they saw this guy in the house. Supposedly, he was in love with Sophie Rain. Like, he felt like that was his wife. They was already together, da-da-da-da-da. He puts all the stuff in the room, and he gets there at like 3 a.m. All the girls are going to be there around like 8, 9, 10, 1, whatever. One of the girls see him, and she's like, who the fuck are you? And he was acting like he was supposed to be there, probably saying, I'm Sophie's guy, da-da-da, this, that, and the third. She calls the rest of the girls. She's like, yo, like, there's this guy saying he's this, da-da-da-da-da. After a while, they all talking. They're like, no, that's an intruder. Call the police. So they call the police. He get arrested. They get him. Which is terrifying because, damn, like, everybody is finding their crib. I'm still not sure if they even moved out yet because I'm seeing, like, farewell videos for the house. Right? I heard they rented anyway, so it doesn't matter. Now, guys, look at this shit. Is that Ash Trevino? We just made a video on her. And her kids are there too. Why are your kids at the Bop House? Why are your kids at the Bop House? What is going on? So guys, I'm gonna end it right here, and I'm making the second Ash Trevino video. As I always say, guys, what do you think about this?